Okay, hello everybody, welcome back. We are here in the CEN newsroom on CN Gizmo. This is basically just kind of a update on server. Basically taking Creeper's idea on state of CreeperNation address and doing it as a video this time. So give me 1 second. Let's get ourselves into here. Okay, basically not much else has changed, or not much has changed since the last CreeperNation state of CreeperNation address. I'm sorry for any extra noise, but got a new headset using because my old one just don't want to work with my laptop or desktop rather. But not much has changed. We have moved 2 servers to VPS, or virtual private server. Actually 3, because I think we moved the other one after the address. This one's CN Gizmo, CN Factions, and Paintball are all VPS servers now. Also moved all 3 of those to Node in Chicago to help cut any lag issues, because it did seem like we were starting to have some lag issues, especially with Paintball. Actually, the server ain't CN Paintball, it's CN Arena, but we call it Paintball. Yeah, we were definitely seeing some lag issues on Paintball. So, I mean, we still have some, but 9 times out of 10, it's client side rather than server side now. Where before we were probably 80% of the time it was server side. We are paying a little bit more because we did up servers to the VPSs are a little larger than what a couple of the servers were running on. We moved Arena mainly memory issues, lag, because it was on our Wither plan, which is what the main server's on, and it got to the point where we were unable to continue to make new paintball arenas. We had to do a memory dump on some files, get rid of them to free up memory, get the free memory freed up that they were taking, so we could continue to add arenas. We have been working to try to add in some new ones, but for some reason we don't know if it's an issue with the plugin or if it's just an issue going on with World Edit. The new schematics will not load. They're in there, it says they load, but when you paste they will not paste. Again, right now we don't know what's causing it. We've not had much time to go in and dig into it, myself and Creeper. Myself, I've been rather busy with work, doing with what I do. We have been rather busy the last 2 weeks, and we'll continue to be busy for the next month. Just a little bit of background. I do retail servicing now. Been doing it since late August, early September of 2014. Before that, I ran convenience stores for right about 2.5 years. I was in that industry, and just in the next 30 days from today, I have approximately 80 calls. That does not include the dozen and a half or so emergency services that came down that we've got to get done in the next 5 days. Which actually it was 20, and I probably picked up somewhere around, well, over half of them, probably dozen to 15, 12 to 15 calls, or 17. It might be 17. I don't remember. So, needless to say, I will be busy in real life. Stay busy on the server. Other news. Well, like I said, we are paying a little bit more. Give me a moment. I'm flipping through a little notepad I've got. I think we are paying... Let me look. Trying to find... Trying to find the old post, so it'll be just 1 second. It's on page 2 of the news posts. We were paying $102 a month for 5 servers. This was back as of the 13th of February. And all in all, we were paying, after our website and TeamSpeak server, we were paying $114.93. Basically, long story short, without going through all the numbers, that has gone up by $20. $134.93. That's due to running 3 VPSs. They're $18 a piece, $51 for our Wither, $425 for the Bungie, $12.75. I believe that's the hub server. $8.95 for the website, and $3.98 for TeamSpeak. So we are paying about $20 more a month. Excuse me, than what we were. Still all paid out of my pocket. Donations, we would love to get donations. And as before, all money's coming into the server, go to the server. Nothing's used for my benefit. It just, the only benefit I get out of any donation is it's less I have to pull out of my own pocket to pay for the server and everything else. With now being a server network, Creeper and myself have discussed this before and did not like the idea, but with our constantly working on stuff, or not being available due to real life obligations, we have discussed the possibility of having per server staff. It probably won't be full staff per server. We've talked about it, and our current consensus on the idea is that it would be the person would be staff across the entire network. But they would be, and we've not finalized this. We don't know if we're going to do it, but this is the idea as currently is. The person would be staff across the entire network, but the one server that they are assigned to, which basically that would be their primary focus, would be helping myself and Creeper run that particular server. Console access, probably not. What we have discussed is making them admin or possibly head admin on that particular server. Opping them on that server, we've not discussed that. That could be a possibility, but at this moment we've not made that determination. As I said, this is an idea. This is the general consensus of that idea. Whether or not we will do that idea, that's a different story. We do not know that at this time. But excuse me, I'm yawning here. I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but let's just say this. I've been rather busy. 30, 40 hours last week, this week. Getting up very early in the morning. We're talking like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning to go do particular jobs. Some of them 2 hours away, 2-hour drive time. Like one last week, 2 hours one way, or almost 2 hours one way. Let's think an hour and 45 minutes to get there. Had to be there at 5 a.m. So, hence 2 o'clock in the morning getting up, leaving home at 3 o'clock in the morning, and driving all the way up there on a foggy day, doing 60 the entire way. But so I'm a little physically tired. Had a long day yesterday. But get off that tangent, back on what we were talking. The idea at the moment is having that particular person. They would be staff, regular. They would be. We're not sure what the rank would be across the rest of the servers. Be moderator or anything, or like a head mod. Could end up being helper plus, which is basically the same as a moderator with, I think, 1 or 2 fewer permissions. But they would, on the server that they are assigned to assist with, they would be at least an admin, if not head admin. That's not been, like I said, that's not been determined. The whole purpose of it would be to assist, because we do now have control over our Planet Minecraft account. We've gotten that back. Gabe shut his down for us. So we now are in full control once again of our own Planet Minecraft. Bumping it, we are getting people coming on having issues with people taking advantage of staff not being on a particular server. Example of this, over the weekend, last weekend when we moved Factions and Gizmo, we had 2 new players, actually 3, come on. 2 built their houses right outside of spawn. Email was sent out again by me. Do not build outside of any spawn. But upon checking spawn, after the one got off, I found that he and one of the other new ones took advantage of the interact being on in spawn. Whether or not that's what allowed them to destroy stuff. Actually, I don't think it was. I think it was the area in which they did it is where spawn mall's at. And basically what they did, they destroyed the region that the spawn mall's in because builds allowed, because we want people to be able to build a shop and sell stuff on server so they can make money by selling stuff they don't need or want to other players. Basically supplying players with items that the new players need, and basically building up a server economy. Well, 2 of them decided they were going to destroy a nice section of spawn that's in that region. They got banned for it. But because Creeper and myself were uploading the 2 servers at that time, our connections were too slow to get on and effectively do anything. At least mine was. I spent an entire day uploading to the server. Then we had to go in and get it set up, make sure everything was working, get it fixed in the config files, everything else. But that's the reasoning behind the possibility of having server-specific staff. That being said, don't know of any more good news or any more news. Did want to point out, if anybody looks, the section on the first State of CreeperNation address concerning our former head admin, Baby Lettuce, has been redacted. For anybody that's confused about what redacted means, basically means it has been removed. It is no longer there. It has been undone. This has been done because not long after that, she comes to us, I've got to quit Minecraft completely. Well, turns out she's not quitting Minecraft completely. She decided she was going to quit the network or the server. I think this was right when we were starting to do the No, it was right after the expansion. Um, she decides she's not going to do anything on here and go back to server that she left to join us. She left it because she was agitated with it, didn't like it. It was being da 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 da, many things. This is all what's come from her. My opinion of the server, I've been on it a time or two. All I can say is the owner. All I can say is props to him, because he's got some people that don't know what the hell they're doing. Lets too much drama happen and a ton of mess that I personally would not put up with. But other than that, there's not much on that. Do want to say thank you to Vino, who was promoted to admin. Unfortunately, he has kind of left us. He hasn't quit, but he, as did Gabe, decided they were going to open their own servers. And of course, a number of people on the server know about Gabe's. Vino, he's opened his own. It's a possibility that, and we've talked with him, and the offer's there if he would like to join in the network. That option's open to him. My opinion, where we will consider him, his server, as a sister server, partially because I am staff on it, help him. I'm a co-owner on it, help him run it, help him maintain it. Although I've not done much on it lately. But if you'd like to check it out, that IP is 184.154.176.71, port 25565. Again, that's Vinos Server, otherwise known as VinoNation. If you check it out, you might recognize the spawn as being one that I built for CreeperNation for 1.8. We decided we weren't going to use it. He needed a spawn. I was helping him. So I basically took and said, well, here's one I built for this, so why not? Some might say, well, what's up with his doing VinoNation? VinoNation, he and I were talking, trying to figure out. Trying to figure out a name that made sense, was nice. I'm like, just call it VinoNation. So he liked it. It stuck. Kind of why we are CreeperNation. Partially wanted something different when we left. Shut Gizmocraft down. Wanted something different. Something that was going to say, here we are. We're the same, but we're different. And Creeper already had CreeperNation, which was a private server he was running. we went with it with the realms and just decided to carry it on. Speaking of realms, y'all might recognize all of this. This used to be the GN newsroom, which was Gizmocraft News. It's just now CreeperNation News. We're back the CEN studio, main newsroom, and if we come out here, and of course, our official CN Gizmo banners, and Creeper Empire News World Headquarters. World should look somewhat familiar. This is actually the Realms World, the one that we had on Realms. Then we carried over to the original CreeperNation that we shot, that myself and Creeper shot CreeperNation Survival on. Give me one moment. Flying back over here. Letting this load up. That right there, as some of you may or may not know, was Lincoln. Some of it does look different because some of the stuff that was built on CreeperNation with the old host is gone. Like there was some big ugly house thing supposed to be in here. Some stuff is still the same. The farm and barn, horse barn, Creeper's house, JS's house, Ender's house, which he's probably gonna lose. My house, my personal farm. Another house there that way, another house that way. Black Knight's got a house here. So we're getting ready to lose daylight. And starting to get up there in length. But again, we are on here. Give me 1 second. Pull this up. As you can see, we do have the different ones. CN staff, again, CN staff, that's run by developer Black Knight. It is not up all the time. It's up as we need it for testing purposes or anything, although there are times we do test online. CN Gizmo, which is what we are on now, it contains the Realms World and Gizmocraft. The last spawn we had on Gizmocraft. CN Factions, that's factions. Prisons is no longer on there. CN Hub, that's our hub, and what's the name of it? Skyblock. CreeperNation's regular CreeperNation. Has CreeperNation World and Maximo. And then paintball is just, of course, paintball. Anyway, that's the State of CreeperNation address number 2 on March 19th, 2015. Roughly, what, a month? Wow. Just over a month. A month and 6 days. So probably try to do one of these every month, every 2 months, don't know. I know that shows 5. We actually have 6 servers now. I did forget that. Because I forgot Bungie, which is the proxy server that everybody uses to connect. Forgot that. but you don't see it up here because that's all it does is it runs Bungie, nothing else. Has no world in it, anything. But yeah, the only difference is CreeperNation still has everything on it, but Paintball. Paintball got moved to its own. Seeing factions, prison got took off because plugins broke. It won't get worked on. Person that was doing the work on it was just using it to go AFK for multiple hours. Hubs or seeing hub, of course, that's the new. That's where everybody spawns at. If they're new, if that's where you also respawn on a reset. No longer has the creative plots because when we moved, it screwed it up. That also has the skyblock. Gizmo was the newest, which is no longer. Paintball is actually the newest one. It has the Realms world here and the spawn for Gizmocraft. So yeah, basically that's it for the address. Just remember, you can always check out Vinos Nation sister server at the IP of 184.154.176.71, port 25565. Have a good day, Creeper Nation.